It's called the trauma of money approach to empower women, because it's very triggering even to speak about that. And then the other thing is we need to conduct more research on coercive control. So that would be a very good, segue to mitigate the impact of, financial and even economic abuse.
Everyone has an opinion about Canadian federal politics.
Oh, yeah.
Hey gang, what's up? Just Aaron right here, Canadian Looney. So we have so many stars in these committee videos from the Conservative Party. Some of my favorites: Larry Brock, Kelly Block, Michael Barrett, Stephanie Kusi, Melissa Lantsman, Jos Raj Halan. There's a long Garnet Genu, Michael Cooper. There's a long list of big-time Conservative stars, and there's a list of villains too, like MP Iqra Khalid can take over one of these meetings, snap just like that. And you never know what you're going to get from a crazy NDP MP like Laurel Collins in these committee videos. Anyways, the word is out. We've revealed in the thumbnail, in the title, what this committee video investigation is going to be about. Let's take a look. It's always wild in these committee videos, guys. Let's check it out. Let's go.
Thank you. Michelle, you have 5 minutes.
Thank you so much. It's so hard to fit this all in because there's so many witnesses with so much great things to say when we're talking about what we need to do better in terms of preventing coercive control. I would ask if everyone's okay with it or comfortable, could you table to the committee what you believe the definition of coercive control to be? I think that's going to be one of the key things out of this study is, what does that look like to you? What is coercive control to you? The next question I would ask, if I can have...
I'm just going to interrupt you for 1 minute, Michelle. What she means by tabling is to, for those of you that are not familiar, to submit a written report to the clerk.
Thank you. Yeah, email. Sorry, I should have said that. I've been in this place too long now. The second thing, if I can just get a show of hands, how many of you would like to see coercive control criminalized? Just a show of hands. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Christy, you do not have your hand up. Okay. So, and I didn't see, did we lose Officer Deputy Chief? Did you put your hand up as well? You did. Okay. Okay, Christy, I'm going to try to come back to you to see what that is, or maybe you can put it later. But I'd like to go to the Deputy Chief again if I can. When we look at prevention, because I think that's a big piece of this, and especially when you talked about the calls, the 26 incidents a day. My local police chief showed me on a board the calls that he was getting of repeat calls to certain addresses. It was confidential information. But one of the things I said, why is a 10-year-old on your repeat call list? He said, because that's a child that was in the home during a domestic call, during an intimate partner violence call. I can see the deputy shaking his head. What training are you getting for intimate partner violence? Because I spoke with a parole officer last night who said they aren't getting any training.
Well, thank you for the question. And again, just to clarify, yeah, absolutely, I would love to see coercive control as part of the criminal code, but as a tool and probably a broader assessment of where the gaps are. Because without that, I don't see that it will have the desired impact. Specific to the training that we've developed is trauma-informed and really done in partnership with our community partners. We have here a unique model, one of the largest centralized off-site intimate partner violence units in the country. And it consists of 24 different partners, all of whom, they're experts in this space. They're providers that have identified the type of training that they feel that our police officers should have. Like traditionally policing does the approach of a very proprietary approach where we try to tell the community what we think is best and how services should be delivered. We've moved away from that here in Peel, and we rely heavily on our partners to help develop that training, identify training that we should be participating in, and work on really it's an opportunity for the community to provide those perspectives. So, we have, and I'll give you an example. Again, I want to go back to the unit because I do think it's important. The imagery of a police officer who's dressed like me in Peel, responding to and case managing a call, it doesn't exist in Peel. We have people, we have, I believe now, almost 20 languages represented in our intimate partner violence unit who work with service providers. We have a variety, we have a tremendous amount of diversity in that unit. In fact, it's one of our most diverse units that we have responding to the community in their need. And, we even have survivors of intimate partner violence who have had their own experiences. And I really think that is one of the crucial things. You need an advocate who understands, is interested, and is engaged, and is willing to defend our survivors out in the community. And so for, training, we have endless number of pieces.
Okay,
and I don't want to
thank
take
you.
up too much time. But.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I think when I brought up the 10-year-old, I think what I was trying to get at too was the long-term impact and the prevention end. If that's where children are growing up watching this IPV or are a part of these multiple calls, the likelihood of them to go on and have unhealthy relationships is critical. I'm going to try to get in these 2 questions in my short amount of time. To Mercit, I think I've said that wrong. I would love to see or hear your recommendations on financial literacy for kids in high school, because so many of them don't know any different when they're in a coercive control, financial control situation. But if it's implemented throughout the education system, understanding financial autonomy, I think could be very beneficial. To Christy, how do you help those children who have been so exposed to IPV to break those patterns of unhealthy relationships? And I'm pretty sure we're probably out of time.
In about 25, 30 seconds, if you could wrap up, one of you. Okay, Christy.
These are difficult things, and I want to clarify, I didn't put up my hand not because I'm opposed to criminalizing coercive behavior, but more so because I hesitate to put too much weight into sort of criminalizing more behaviors when we're not yet equipped, I don't believe, to effectively respond to the criminal code violations we have already. And so, to your point, Michelle, the kids that we see coming in who are witnesses to violence, to witnesses to their parents being assaulted, if you talk to our forensic interviewers, they will tell you they are the toughest interviews, and they listen to kids talk about significant harms they've faced themselves, but it actually, it shakes children to their absolute core and takes away their sense of safety to watch their parent be harmed. So I think finding ways for us to more effectively respond to the crimes that we have there, and using prevention and other things, as well as, criminalizing when we perhaps, start getting ahead of effective responses for kids.
Great, thank you. Emanuela, you have
Everyone has an opinion about Canadian federal politics.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know what we really should think about what we just saw in that committee video. It's so hard to get answers. These conservatives are asking the right questions. We see it all the time. These liberals get in the way. The witnesses are never prepared. They don't have the right answers. I try to keep notes, but there's no sense. Let me know in the comments what I should think. My name's Aaron, this is Canadian Looney, and this is another Wild Committee investigation video. There are so many of them under this Trudeau, NDP, Jagmeet, Liberal coalition government. It's a total farce. We need an election. That's it. There's no more to say about that. We just need an election. Hopefully we'll get one. My name's Aaron. Like, subscribe, share, get notified, all those fun things. Please leave a comment. Love the comments. Check your next video. Thank you for watching this one. Remember to get notified for the live shows. That's worth a look. Our live shows and getting involved in the chat room, it's a good experience. Come check it out. That's it. Learn about Canadian federal politics with Canadians similar to yourself. That's it. My name's Aaron, Canadian Looney. Catch you next video. Thanks for watching this one.